My name is Brad DeRoche, and the lecture today is called Art, Music, and the Pursuit of Perfection. I'd like to start with a quote by Yo-Yo Ma, the great cellist. "I'm going to devote my life to human expression rather than human perfection." It's such a good quote, I want to say it again. I'm going to devote my life to human expression rather than human perfection. So again, that was Yo-Yo Ma, the great cellist, who said that. And he said that when he was describing his own performance, his life in performance. And he was striving to play a perfect concert. And in the midst of trying to do that, he came to the realization that it was boring to do that. And what he really wanted to do from that point forward was to strive for human expression. And so human expression in a performance means something really, really different than perfection. And I think that's what this lecture today is really all about. What are we chasing? Are we chasing perfection, or are we chasing excellence in expression? So let's begin with that thought in mind and move forward through this little series today. So I would like to start with the philosophy of perfection. What is it, and how is it defined? Perfectionism in philosophy describes any philosophy of pursuing the best possible life, human excellence, or other highest good. And so when we think about that, pursuing human excellence, it seems like a really good thing, perfection. But I don't believe that's what most of us really think about when we're trying to play perfectly. At least it's not what I thought about when I was trying to play perfectly. Because having a good life or being excellent means something really, really different than playing without fault and without error. So I believe we first need to grapple with the concept of perfection and understand what it really means. The etymology of the word perfection comes from the Latin per facere or per factum, meaning thorough or thoroughly. And they imply a state of completion or totalization, as in that which is fulfilled or consummated. So the perfect thing then suffers no lack, no defect within the order of its perfectness. So no lack and no defect. The concept is obviously a transcendental one, realizable on different levels of being. When we think about that, that's what most of us believe in when we are thinking about playing perfectly. We need to play something that has absolutely no lack and no defect. And that is not human. Humans are not really designed to do a task repeatedly in exactly, precisely the same way. That's why we invented computers and robots and such things, because they can do a task over and over and over without fail. Humans look for change. I think we're much better at recognizing change and trying to do things differently and experimenting than we are doing the same thing precisely the same way over and over and over. Anyway, when we start to grapple with the concept of perfection, I think that starts to open our mind up a little bit and maybe helps us in thinking about how we can perform more effectively and more beautifully, more artistically. So I want to just share my concept of perfection and what I thought of before I looked up these words to see what philosophers had thought of. My idea of perfection was that it was something that was unachievable. It was rather like infinity, a similar concept, where perfection means that absolutely nothing could have been made any better. Nothing can be improved at all, not one single thing. And it's kind of like infinity, like trying to count to infinity. You absolutely cannot do it. We can't reach it. There's always one more. And so the idea of pursuing perfection is a task that will always end badly. All right? It will never end with success. It will always end in failure. And so I think we need to redirect our sights and rethink our concept of perfection. And that's what this little lecture is about today.